Hi everyone, it's Maddie, and today I'm here to interview the lovely author of Fire and Flood, Miss Victoria Scott.
Hi.
I'm going to let Victoria Scott give a little summary.
I wrote this book, apparently that's my name. Fire and Flood is about a 17-year-old girl named Tella Holloway whose brother is very, very ill, and she gets an invitation to go and compete in a race called the Brimstone Bleed. The race takes place over 4 ecosystems: desert, mountains, jungle, ocean. Every contender that's racing in this is also racing to get the cure for someone they love. And the only thing that these contenders get to help them during the race is an animal called a Pandora. And the Pandoras hatch from these eggs, and they're like these animals with like X-Men like abilities, or some people have said it's like Pokemon. So you might get like a lion that breathes fire, or an owl that turns invisible, or something like that. So that's pretty much the gist without giving too much away.
I have not posted my book talk for Fire and Flood yet, but I'm going to film it very soon, and I will link it here or down below so you can click on it and watch it and see my feelings on it. I'm going to jump into the questions now. My first question is, when did the idea first spark for Fire and Flood?
I was reading a thriller. It was one of the I Am No. 4 books, and I had previously written a series that was a paranormal romance YA, and I just loved the thriller book so much that I really wanted to write something like that. And I also really wanted to do animals. So it definitely first struck when I was reading that thriller book, and was like, I want the same pace in one of my books, and how can I achieve it?
It had a very fast pace. I felt I read it within like 2 days or so. Once she got inside of the Brimstone Bleed, I felt like it just went like that.
Oh,
it was very quick. My next question is, if you were in Tella's situation, as in the Brimstone Bleed, what would you do, and what do you think your Pandora would be?
I would probably just find a place in the leaves and curl up and die. Because I would be horrible in the jungle or desert or oceans or mountains. In all honesty, yeah, I probably would not do very well. Maybe I would just out of fear, but not out of any like real ability. What would my animal be? It probably would be a lion.
Really? Which, I could breathe fire, like,
spoiler, there might be a lion in Fire and Flood, yeah. Whoops. I like love lions.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I thought it was really cool as I kept reading, seeing all the different things that the Pandoras could do. At first I thought they were just going to be animals that were like their companions to keep from them going insane during isolation. But then we find out that no, they can do some very interesting things, and I really enjoyed that as well.
Good.
My third question is, can you relate to Tella?
Yes. I feel like I'm a little bit Tella and a little bit Dante Walker, if you've read my other series. Tella, she's so, you know, sweet, and I think she has a really big heart, but she's also very girly. And I think what I wanted to do with Fire and Flood, I don't know why I keep looking at it like it's gonna go away. I think what I wanted to do with Fire and Flood is take a real world teen that
isn't like Katniss every day who has to fight with bows and arrows every day.
And I love Katniss, like, oh my gosh. But Katniss grew up in a very different world than you and I, you know, are in. And she had a very hard upbringing, and her family faces extreme hardship. And so she's been very toughened to deal with something like the Hunger Games. Why I love Tella is because Tella is modern day. She comes from, you know, our time. It's not dystopian or anything. And she's grown up pretty cush. Her family has, you know, pretty decent income, and she has a nice house, and, you know, the biggest hardship she's ever faced is her brother being sick. I relate to her, I guess, because I felt like she was more like what I was as a teenager, and just a typical teenager that worried about my hair and prom and the boy I was dating and stuff like that. And then I loved throwing her into, you know,
something like the
Brimstone Bleed to see how a real teen would react.
Right. I mean, I thought it was funny because I'd never seen something like that before, and she was like, well, maybe I should bring my nail polish with me because who knows, I might meet a cute guy.
I've got a little room in here. I mean, yeah.
And my final question is, you have your completed series, the Dante Walker trilogy, and you are about to be finished with your duology trilogy, Fire and Flood thing. And I was wondering if you're working on any other projects, or are you going to take a break from it?
Oh goodness. Gosh, can I say?
If you can, it's okay.
I can say that, let's see, what can I say? I'm very optimistic that there will be more YA books coming from me and Scholastic.
Awesome.
That's probably all my agent will allow me to say. And then I can tell you that I'm working on a book that, and as a published author, even when you're published, you're not sure what your next book is going to be, because it's all about your career and your voice, and they want to make sure the next book that comes out is the perfect book. so they'll think long and hard about what it's going to be. But a book that I have written is a very dark psychological thriller.
Ooh.
And it's kind of about a girl who has a second personality in her head called Wilson. And she's a very, very dangerous girl, but nobody knows she is. So it's kind of like, I hate doing comparisons, but it's kind of like Stephen King's Carrie meets Lauren DeStefano's Wither. So it's kind of like that. So.
That's very funny, because I actually wrote a short story for class this year about a girl who has multiple personalities.
I love it!
And she doesn't really know it, and it's just this thing. And I'm working, hopefully, on turning it into a novel, but I don't know.
Oh my gosh, please do.
I'm going to try.
We're going to make multiple personalities a thing, right?
We're going to do that, yeah. Thank you so much for being here with me. It was great talking to you.
Thank you so much, and thank you for reading my book. I appreciate it.
No problem. I love it. Thank you.
And thanks for everyone for listening.
Yes, thank you. I'm Maddie. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.